everybody, I'm Angela and this is...
How you doing, you okay? I'm Lillo. Right, I think first things first, right, we've done a few videos and I don't know why today we've actually prepared a bowl of fruit.
Just in case we get hungry.
And I've put an Italy top on and ask me why.
Why?
I don't know the answer. I thought I'd do it because it'd be an Italian and everything.
Yeah, it suits you.
You like it, do you?
Yeah.
So, listen, we did a video this morning.
A very short one.
Yeah, only a short one. Just putting a door, taking a door off, and cut my fingers a few times. But
accident prone.
Yeah, I'm dangerous with tools, but it's come out pretty well actually. But what we'll do, on the progress of this property in the UK, we'll take a few more snaps, and then what we'll do, we'll put them on a reel or something. Was it a reel or short? What do they call it? Short. Anyway, so today we're going to do a topic about
the pros and cons of buying a property in Sicily. The pros and cons.
It is a question that about 6 people have asked this question about the pros and cons, and it seems to be quite popular, doesn't it?
It's a popular question, yeah. So
I think everybody knows what the first, the best bits about Sicily. Go on, I'll let you do this bit. Go on.
Okay, first of all, estate agents.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
Some can be very responsive, and then on the other end of the scale, they might not even reply to you. It might take a few goes to just get in contact and arrange a viewing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But I think the funniest side of this, right? This is one of the cons, okay? Is you're sat at home, you're watching Coronation Street or EastEnders or whatever, or watching football, or whatever, and then you'll find a house that you really like, and then you'll try and find out where it is, and it will say, due to privacy,
the exact location isn't disclosed.
It isn't disclosed.
So it could be somewhere in an entirely different town.
So we were looking at this one house, and we thought it was in Noto. But matter of fact, it was in a different town completely. It was a complete
Yeah, so for privacy reasons, they do not always specify the location
of that house, yeah.
If it does have an address on it, you can go onto Maps, go onto Street View and see if the two match up.
The 7 out of 10, the address that they put down for the property is the estate agent's office.
Yes, so it might have an address and it might not even be the address of that property.
Brilliant. Absolutely
so
brilliant.
Just bear that in mind when looking. And also, estate agencies, they open in the morning, they shut at lunch, so probably don't expect a reply between 1 and... because they don't open up until 4 or even 5 again. And then they stay open until 7, perhaps sometimes 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So in that lunchtime period, they probably won't reply to you. They like using WhatsApp.
Yeah. Everything's on WhatsApp. They
like sending voice notes and WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, again, one of the cons is you organise a viewing and you'll get there. And
you'll go to the viewing.
You'll go.
And they might say, "Oh, I've got this other property. Let's go and see that one. I got the keys for it."
I'll tell you what, they're probably looking to see what car you drive, how you're dressed, just to see the profile you. I'm sure they do. And they'll go, okay. And do you remember that house we looked at in the country house? You know, the one that was attached to other country houses. You know,
the yellow one.
Yeah, it was quite nice. A lot of land.
Yes, that was lovely.
A bit of an issue. And then she goes, "Follow me. I'll take you to a house that I feel would be perfect for you in your budget." We went, excellent. So we followed this little estate agent, and she took us on this probably about a 45-minute detour, right? And this is no exaggeration. And we went up this side of this mountain, and
You were holding on to the seat of your pants, weren't you?
I was. I'm going to be honest with you.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I never held the steering wheel so bloody
Oh.
tight in all my life. And I didn't look.
It's a lovely view.
Yeah, it
The
was.
views were amazing.
It was, yeah. Actually, I didn't even look what was on the side of that mountain because, anyway, we got
You
to
were
this.
too scared to look.
I was. We were going up this hill in first gear in a Fiat Panda.
Yeah.
Right? Let me just get this right.
With
So
a car full of people
With
on that day.
5 adults in that Fiat Panda, and I was struggling in first gear to get to the top of this hill.
We had some family over from northern Italy coming to visit, so they come and join us for the viewing on that day, didn't they?
We got to this house. Oh, actually, it's not even a house. It didn't have a front door.
It was a shell.
Just like a concrete shell.
A concrete shell. Like, see these bricks here? Just shell, but no windows.
Nothing.
Nothing. Lovely plots.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lovely plot.
Lovely area, lovely plot, but it didn't match up with our desires, put it that way.
Anyway, we asked the lady, said, look, how much? And she come out with this crazy fee.
It wasn't in our budget.
It was about 6 times more than what our
It
budget
wasn't in
was.
our budget, plus what we would have to do to get it livable.
Probably about €200,000 at least to get that place ready.
So some estate agents will like to show you multiple properties at once. What about that other one when he said, oh, this one, come and see this one. It doesn't need any work doing to it. Nothing like that. And we got there.
His words were, è un condizione ottimo.
Yeah.
Which means...
Optimum conditions for 1960. It was lovely and it was well maintained, but it was like walking...
It was like a time warp, wasn't it?
Into the past. A lot of houses or apartments, whatever you're looking for, they will be in need of updating.
Again, another con for me is that all these houses that we went to see,
we've seen over 100
easily. And about 20 to 30 Campagna houses, the countryside houses.
Campagna, countryside.
And 9 times out of 10, they're empty. So you turn up to these houses and you'll be greeted by an inch thick of dust, or...
Some of them have been not lived in for years and years.
8
years?
And you can tell is that... Don't expect, like, I don't know, at the UK, I'm used to the UK that, you know, you go to look at a house.
Showroom ready.
And they'll have it ready for you. It'll be clean and it'll be sorted. It'll be up together. But these houses in Sicily are not. And you walk in and basically the plaster is just completely...
So you need to see past that.
Yeah.
And a lot of houses, a lot of properties, apartments, they could have damp issues. In Sicily, most of all of the properties that we've seen had damp, humidity issues,
and a chiusura. Chiusura is
closure. The house has been closed.
Where it's not allowed to breathe.
No.
So these, you know, they're the things.
That's the cons, and another con is the house being within regulations, especially country houses.
Yeah.
When we say in regulation, having planning permission, some people build without planning permission, which makes it irregular. So most of the houses that we've seen in the country were irregular, and it's not illegal to sell these houses, but you'll notice on the adverts, no mortgage. Yeah. So basically cash buyers only, because you can't mortgage a house that's not within regulations. Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah, and there was a law set in 1967 which was to preserve, like, quote me on this, okay? Look, I don't know exactly per detail.
Don't quote you on this.
Yeah, don't quote me on this. No. Okay, so, thank you for correcting me. So in 1967, there was like a law set in Sicily about protecting agricultural land.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what that means is that people bought land pretty cheap, and then they thought, never mind, I'll build a house. So they build a house, but it doesn't show on the map of 1967. So we went to look at a nice country house, and
Beautiful.
absolutely
Loved it. We even put an offer in this one.
we did put an offer on this.
We were ready, weren't we? That was it. That was the house.
And it was a house with a lovely private driveway, all the way up.
Terraced land, terrace, the house in the middle.
Different levels, weren't
and
it?
then more terraces.
The most beautiful part is that on each level of land had a different view of the sea.
It was stunning.
Absolutely stunning. So where we were staying, were your mum and dad there at the time?
They were, yes.
They were, weren't
They
they?
were there at the time.
So we were on a family holiday at the time. So like the place we were staying,
We were staying in a
B&B,
yeah.
a B&B with a pool and everything. But the person who owned that place was
her husband.
Her husband was an architect, and he knows the area pretty well. So
yes.
I went and had a conversation with him and just said to him about just a bit of advice about this one property we were putting an offer in, and he showed me a picture of the land from like a land registry, like an aerial picture. So don't know how they've done this, but they had a picture of the land around that 1967. There was no house; it was just land. So I said to him, I said, well, what's happened there? He says, it's been done abusivo. And you'll hear this word quite often, abusivo. Yeah. Abusivo. And he's built the house after 1967. And that was a problem because we could have bought it.
We could have
bought
put
it.
an offer in.
We did put an offer in.
And we were prepared to
yeah,
negotiate, weren't we, on that offer?
Yeah. And let's say we had an argument with a neighbour, I don't know, a disagreement for whatever, they could have reported us that the house was irregular or abusivo.
Yeah, so luckily...
It caused a bit of problems.
The owner rejected our first offer. And by this time we had this information, so we just left it. We just left it as that.
We had to walk away from this. Yeah. Yes.
Did we?
Yeah.
We just said, we're not going to...
But what a property. It really was.
Oh, it was magical. It was magical. I think the problem was the size
of the actual property itself.
Of the property was too big. So it needed to be like half the size. So potentially somebody could say, you're going to have to knock it down and you've just spent all that money on it. Yeah. It's not a risk we were willing to take.
No. So I think, again, when you're searching for houses and you're going through estate agencies, you always still just need to pinch yourself a little bit. You can ask them. Yeah, And 9 times out of 10, that they're not going to lie to you or anything like that. We're not questioning anything like that.
Oh no, they're very sincere and upfront about it. Yeah.
Really
nice estate agencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, I lost a bit of trust when we were coming to buy that, where we put an offer in that land, because the estate agent had quoted that they would have the paperwork in place.
Order. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't. It's just
we don't understand that.
We didn't know that at the time. No. But as time passed, the more experience that we started to gain, and speaking to notarios and speaking to different estate agencies and picking up a bit of knowledge around what we can and what we can't do.
When you're looking at the advert of the house or the property, whatever it is, see if it's got an official plan of the house. It's called a planimetra.
Planimetra, yeah.
And it's from the...
Geometro.
No, it's not from him. It's not from him. It's from the registry office.
The land registry.
The land registry of what the property is. So it will reflect the rooms and everything. So that will give you an indication that it's above board. Because another house we've seen, and also there's categories like C1, C2, C3.
Yeah.
Another house that we liked, and that was a C3.
category of warehouse.
Categorised as a warehouse.
Yeah.
And I said to the agent, okay, how would you put this right? How would you make it not a warehouse? And basically, it was the roof.
It was
the
the
size
ceiling
from the ceiling. The ceiling to the floor was too low, so the whole property, all the roof ceiling would need to be raised to be that minimum height to make it.
They messed that right up, didn't they?
Which was a shame. It was a shame.
Really nice property.
So we weren't prepared to start.
Look,
we're
not putting people off.
No,
we're not putting people
but
off.
that's the cons.
But I think you just need to have a bit of a sense of realization. Don't run away with it and go, oh my goodness, it's next to the beach, it's next to shops and restaurants, and there's other houses in the area. It must be all right. No, just have a look to make sure that it's not classed as the category that the property's in. You've got the pianometria, where it's the floor plan,
and make sure the planimetria is from the land registry, not one that the estate agent has just made up. It'll have like official. No, because sometimes for guidelines,
they'll
to help you understand,
they'll draw it on a bit of paper.
No, they'll do a planimetria, but the official one will have the land registry dates and stamps on it.
But one of the benefits,
the pros,
the
come on, let's go.
I've been so negative. One of the pros is that the estate agent prepares all the paperwork, prepares everything, and so that means is that if you're there and you've got €100,000 in your back pocket, like everyone has, I'm kidding, but you could go and see a house in the morning. And if all the paperwork is all in place as it is,
it could be yours the next day.
Yeah.
So one of the pros is you don't have to wait 6 to 12 weeks,
like 4 or 5 months in England,
like you do in the solicitors here to complete on a property. It can be days. If you're cash buyers, it can be days. If you're mortgage buyers, then obviously you have that in place.
Yeah, but So if you got the money and you're there, everything's all in place, but that paperwork which the estate agent has, you have to go and see a notary. And that notary will then review that paperwork and check that everything's where it should be. And if there's anything missing, then obviously that will delay.
Obviously bring all your ID with you. They'll
Everything.
need to see that, passport, driving licence, proof of address.
And
you need a tax code, which is called...
a codice fiscale.
Yes, which you can get that through...
Well, the consulate. If you're
consulate. If you're UK, you can get it through the London consulate website. I don't know the website off the top of my head, but if you need it, just send us a message. If you've got any... Hang on, I need to say this. If you've got any questions around this that we haven't answered, please write in the comments and we'll answer you back.
John, we did get your message today as well, and what we'll do is that we'll answer that message, and so
yes,
we'll pin some information back to you as well. All right, with
thank you for
with
asking
some details.
that question.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's really, really funny is that I've been doing some work today, and I've kind of disabled a door because we're going to plasterboard it. And the cat has just gone to that door, think it's open.
Oh, that's his door. That's his door.
So basically, we've confused the cat. So he's stood behind the door waiting for it to open, right? But we've sealed it off.
Here's the cat just behind me.
He's had enough, hasn't he?
Hello.
He's stood there
you've moved his food.
And I moved his food because I've been doing some work.
This cat is 16 years old.
He's 17, not 16.
Right, it's 17 then. So he's old and you're confusing him.
Well, I'm doing some work in the house. Look, he's going back to the door again.
After this, put his food back, please.
I will do.
Right.
But I'm not opening the door again because it's been sealed off now.
Okay, right. Anyway. Back to the subject at hand.
Oh, my goodness.
When you are at... We've skipped a few stages here. We're at the notaio already. Anyway, now that we're talking about it, let's finish what we're talking about. When you're at the notaio, you are all in a room and you will see the previous owners. You all have to be there by law, and the notary will read out the new contract.
Yeah, to both
if
parties.
English speaking and you do not speak Italian or understand Italian or read Italian, you might need those documents
translated.
Officially translated.
Yeah.
So that might take some time.
Yeah.
We understand Italian, we speak it, we can read it. We didn't need a translator.
Well, I do try.
So so you'll get to meet the previous owners because you all have to be present and then all sign the contract, the deeds. So anyway, pros. That's a pro. It can be done quickly. And efficiently.
Really, really
What's
quick.
another pro?
I don't know. Go on then. You put me on the spot.
Come on.
What, the pros?
Yes. What's the pro of it?
The pro for me was...
We can't say the weather again. It is the weather. Yes, we know that.
We missed out is that when you do the legal document, the title deeds, it's not there and then.
Hang on, we just got a child coming in. Stop right there. Stop right. Hang on, just a moment. You carry on. Carry on.
I love it when the little ones. At least she's come through the right door. And not try and get through the one that's been shut off. But the title deeds will be ready probably a few weeks after, depending on where it goes. So it could be a month, it could be 2 months later. And for us, for me and Angela, we purchased in the April and May, but we were already going back in August. We already had the holiday booked to go back in August. So that kind of worked out really, 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 really well. And Joe's back here now.
Hiya, sorry about that, guys.
Yep. Hold on a second.
Oh, he's off now, is he? Yeah. So I'm not sure where he left off. Oh yeah, the title deed. So we signed everything in the April, and then we didn't get back to Sicily till the July. So we just went to was it the notaio we went to pick it up, or the estate agent?
No, we went to a different town, but it was the same notaio, same company.
Yeah, so we went to the notaio to pick up the official paperwork. Yeah.
That was really nice that day.
That was
really,
nice.
really, really, really nice day, because it comes in a nice...
I suppose it depends which notaio you go to, but there's plenty of notaios.
Yeah. Make sure your passports are all in date. Your name on the passport is the same as the name on your codice fiscale. That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Then to need to match for the paperwork. So one question somebody asked, can I purchase a house with an English passport? You can.
Yes.
You can. I know you can because we did it, didn't we?
We did.
So, do you need a citizenship?
We are... You don't need citizenship to purchase a house, but obviously if you've got a British passport, you can only stay for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit of a con now.
It is, but then you can follow your process. I don't know.
But we are dual national, so...
Yeah. So we don't know what that process would be, so...
Well, you could only stay there 6 months. I think if you wanted to stay longer, you'd have to live there for at least 5 years and then claim residency, something like that, along those lines.
But this works for us anyway. It really works for us.
Yeah.
It's not a holiday home in terms of renting it out as a holiday home. It's our home.
It's our home.
That's all. It's our home from home, as you would say. So, we're doing the work in there to accommodate us, isn't it?
Any other pros and cons before we leave?
No. I think what we've mentioned would be is going to help any one of you.
Hopefully, it's going to help you if that's what you're looking for. Yeah.
So again, progress on our Sicily home. Next week, the builder's in to finish off the downstairs bathroom, and then we're not a million miles off then.
No.
So some people have said, some people have said, they've not seen anything about the Sicily house, obviously because we're not there yet. So we're there in April, and
we'll be there in the beginning of April. So we'll give you an update then. We can't wait.
We'll even do a virtual tour if that's
Yes.
possible.
Yeah.
We'll do a quick video about around the house and what we've done, and some before pictures and some after, because we've kind of flipped this whole house. So yeah. Anyway,
That's it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good video. So don't forget to put that video on for this morning.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. And we shall.
Any questions, please put them in the comments.
Yeah. Brilliant. Speak to you soon.
Bye for now.
Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.